This is ABC 57 News at 6.
This morning, we're following new and developing stories across Michiana impacting you. Right now, we're keeping a close eye on this one.
The next thing I knew, there was a huge explosion.
Good morning, Michiana. Welcome to ABC 57 News. I'm Emily Pritchard in for Keitha Nelson. We've been following new and developing stories overnight. But first, ABC 57 First Morning neighborhood meteorologist Monica Ott has a look at our forecast today. Hey, Monica. Well, it's a crash that will likely stay on the minds of people living in this West Side neighborhood forever. And today, one of the survivors is expected to reunite with her rescuers. For a look ahead, let's get right to ABC 57's Eric Stelzer, who joins us live near the scene with more. Eric. And stay with ABC 57 for the latest updates on the plane crash investigation. All of these stories plus much more can be found on our website just a click away on abc57.com. You and your family will be the first to know if we uncover any new developments in this investigation. Now, here's a heads up for all you driving through Mishawaka this morning. Today, emergency repairs are going to be continuing at the intersection of Elder Street and Blackberry Road. A gas leak forced NIPSCO to close that area Monday night. Crews hope to wrap up work by noon today, but detours are posted. And this morning, we have new developments concerning the New Energy ethanol plant. The two companies that won the bid for the former plant have agreed to keep one of those pumps running. And ABC 57's Jasmine Norwood reports from the plant on Calvert Street. Right now, the search is on for a vial containing a potentially deadly virus. Lab techs have reported it missing from a research facility in Texas. The lab says there was no breach in security there, but they just can't find the vial. The virus can cause fatal infection if inhaled. Now, it was being studied there because of its potential use by terrorists as a biological weapon.
Really, the only risk would be Well,
we now know the name of an officer involved in a car crash early Monday. Sergeant Bill Kraus was rear-ended. His South Bend police cruiser was hit along State Road 23 near Main Street. The accident happened around 3 yesterday. At this point, there was no official cause for the crash. Both he and his wife have been released from the hospital. 49-year-old Eric Parker is locked up this morning. Police say he crashed his car into a roundabout outside the airport Sunday. Here's some of the video from that scene. As you can see there, the car is badly damaged. Officers believe both alcohol and speed caused the crash. At least the last time we checked, his passenger is still in the hospital. Well, it's an exciting start of week 2 of Dancing with the Stars. In just 2 minutes, we'll show you who twirled their way to the top of the leaderboard, plus on the second week of ABC's Dancing with the Stars, celebs tried to twirl their way to the top, of course trying to impress the judges along with the rest of the nation before tonight's dreaded first elimination show. For the second week in a row, Disney star Zendaya Coleman finished on top of the leaderboard. The 16-year-old Coleman earned 26 out of a possible 30 points for her jive, ending up in a tie with country singer Kelly Pickler. Now at the bottom, we find Olympic figure skater Dorothy Hamill with just 15 points. Now the first star gets cut tonight right here on ABC 57. And Monica, if you're talking 50-degree weather this weekend, I kind of feel like I could dance a little bit to celebrate.
I think a lot of people will. It's going to be finally feeling and looking like spring just in time for the Easter holiday.
That's right.
You may need to grab that umbrella. So, yeah, it's going to be feeling and looking a lot like spring right now.
Well, it's a historic week for same-sex marriage in America. There are 2 cases before the Supreme Court this week, and today's argument could determine whether marriage is only between a man and a woman. ABC's Devin Dwyer previews California's Prop 8 debate. And as millions of Americans scan the horizon for spring, parts of the country are dealing with roads so slick, crashes and injuries have doubled from a year ago.
Ready to see some green grass and flowers in spring.
Oh, aren't we all? Straight ahead, we're tracking the mess on America's hardest hit roads. Across the Midwest, the drive is rough, and for these cars, the drive out seems impossible. Cars and even snowplows litter the sides of interstates across the country this morning. It's not what spring should look like, and police just can't seem to keep up.
Our winter has not been really bad at all. It's the spring that's killing us.
As the Midwest begins picking up those pieces, the East Coast now braces for this menacing storm. And then here we are just sitting right in the middle of it.
I know, and it could be a lot worse, even closer to Indianapolis, all the way over towards...
Thanks, Monica. Well, today Notre Dame women are getting ready to face off with Iowa. Just ahead, a preview of second-round action as the Fighting Irish prepare to take on the Hawkeyes. Tonight, the Notre Dame women are gearing up to take on Iowa in second-round action. Notre Dame toppled number 16 seed UT Martin Sunday night in Iowa City. The Irish and the Hawkeyes will tip off at 9:40 tonight on ESPN2. Several Irish football players are getting ready to hit the gridiron today for a shot at the NFL. Today, Notre Dame is hosting Pro Day. NFL coaches and scouts will get a closer look at 14 players, including Braxton Cave, Tyler Eifert, and of course, Manti Te'o. The NFL draft is set for April 25th. And the Hoosiers will be in action later this week. After a close game against Temple, the team has moved on to the Sweet 16 and will now face Syracuse. Indiana had to hit a last-second three-pointer to move on.
When you play the Michigan States and the Ohio States and the Wisconsins and the Michigans and everybody in between, it gets you ready for tough battles. But
tip-off against Syracuse is set for this Thursday just before 10 o'clock. And the Michigan Wolverines also have a tough challenge ahead of them. The 4 seed is set to face off against number 1 seeded Kansas Jayhawks. That game is scheduled for this Friday in Texas. Michigan beat Virginia Commonwealth. The score to that, 78-53 this past Saturday. And here's a look at what's coming up in our next half hour right here on ABC 57 News Morning Edition. Now to breaking news out of Rome. This morning, Italy's highest court overturned a previous acquittal and ordered a new trial in the sensational case of Amanda Knox. She's an American exchange student accused of murdering her British roommate back in 2007. The conviction was thrown out by an appeals court in 2011. Thanks for joining us for ABC 57 News. I'm Emily Pritchard.
And I'm Monica Ott.
Good Morning America is next.